Hi everybody, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and today I have an everyday yoga practice for you. So it's not focusing on any one particular area, it's going to give us an all over body stretch. It's a little sequence that is good to do any time of the day, whether you want to do it in the morning, afternoon, dinner time, whenever you want to do it. It is suitable for any time of the day, and it's suitable for every day. So even if you want to use this as a morning routine or to add on to maybe the end of a workout or the beginning of a workout, it is perfect for that. You won't need anything at all, just yourself and your mat. And when you are ready, let's begin. So we are going to begin today's practice at the back of our mats, and we are going to begin in a child's pose. So toes are together, knees are apart, we're stretching the arms long, relaxing the forehead down. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. So just starting to check in with the breath. Notice how we're breathing and see if we can lengthen the breath out a little bit. Nice long inhales, followed by full exhales. Just beginning to notice, beginning to tap into our own body, our own breath. And then maybe beginning to think about finding a little bit of movement. So as we inhale, we're going to start to rise the body up. We're going to come up and into our cow pose. So we look forward, we roll the shoulders back, the belly drops. As we exhale, we're going to send it right back into our child's pose. Stretch the arms long. Again, we inhale, bring the body forward, open the chest, tailbone up. Exhale, roll it back. We're just going to continue on like this, just in time with your own breath. Inhaling to come up into the cow pose, exhaling back to child's, and just wakening up the spine, all of our joints. So we're also working through our knees, our hips, our shoulders, just bringing a little bit of movement, a little bit of energy into our body. And then the next time that we are up and in our cow pose, we're just going to stay here and we're going to flow through some cat-cows. So we're inhaling to look forward, chest open, exhaling, tuck the chin into the chest, really arch the upper back. Just again inhaling forward and exhaling to round it under. And again, just trying to invite as much energy, as much movement into our body as we can. Just flowing through your cat-cows here. Let's take one more round. So one more inhale, one more exhale, and then we'll all meet back in a nice neutral spine in our tabletop position. So from here, we're going to keep the left hand on the mat and we're going to keep the left knee on the mat, but we're just going to start to lift the left foot and we're going to open it out towards the left hand side of the mat. So it's at this unnatural angle, but that's okay because we're going to pick up the right leg and we're going to take the right leg long across the mat. So the foot is coming towards the bottom of the mat and we're going to see if we can reach our right hand up nice and high. So we're breathing here, we're starting to build strength in through the left arm. We're stretching away, getting a nice big stretch through the leg, coming up through the hip, in through the rib cage. Can we breathe? Can we hold nice and strong, nice and steady? And maybe if we want, we can lift the left leg up, point the toe away. We hold for 3, and for 2, and for 1, and then drop the foot back to the floor. We're going to bring the right hand back to the mat and we're going to bring ourselves back into our tabletop. We're going to do the same thing other side. So right hand stays on the floor, right knee stays on the floor. We're going to open the right leg towards the right hand side of the mat, send the left leg out nice and long, and then inhale, can we reach up high with the left hand? Side plank variation here. Keep pressing through that right hand. Option here to lift the left leg, point the toe away. Can we hold for 3 and 2 and 1 and drop the foot. Let's bring the left hand back to the mat. Square our hips back off into our tabletop, and from here we will all meet in a downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck the toes under, send the hips back, press through the hands and lift up into your downward facing dog here. Maybe this is your first downward facing dog of the day, so if it is, can we find a little bit of movement? We bend and we stretch one knee at a time, just pressing one heel towards the mat and then the other. Maybe this feels good, or maybe we want to bend and stretch both knees at a time. So we bend both knees, stretch them away. Just doing whatever feels right for you here, whatever is giving you the best feels in through your body. Let's come back to stillness. So back to a downward facing dog. Really press those heels towards the mat. Take one nice big inhale. Take a full exhale, and then bring a nice deep bend in through both knees, and we're going to start to walk the hands back towards our feet. So we're all going to meet in a forward fold here. We can have a generous bend through the knees, or the knees can be straight, again just whatever suits your body. And relax everything from your hips up. Think about relaxing down over the legs here. Maybe we take hold of each elbow and we find a little rock from side to side. Let your head dangle down nice and heavy, no tension in your neck, no tension in your shoulders. Just breathing, creating space in the back body. Maybe we stick with this little rock from side to side, or maybe we come back to center. Option here to reach behind with the hands, interlink the fingers, and then stretch the arms up and away. So it's almost like we were trying to stretch our knuckles up towards the sky. This is a huge opening for the chest and for the upper back. Take a few deep breaths here. Again, no tension in the neck or the head. Take one more nice big inhale, take a full exhale, and then nice and slowly drop the hands back down towards the toes. We're going to bring a deep bend in through both knees, and then nice and slowly just start to round yourself back up and out of your forward fold. Coming back up into standing. And we're going to step our feet wide here. So how wide you step your feet just depends on yourself. It can be super wide, or it can be a little bit wider than your hips. We're going to bring hands onto the hips and just find a few little hip circles here. So just circling the hips around one way. Circles can be as big as you like or as small as you like. And then sending them the other way. Just listening everything up. And then coming back to center and back to stillness. We're going to find a warrior two. So we're going to take the left toes. We're going to point the left toes towards the left hand side of the mat, and we're going to try and keep the right foot grounded. So we want to press in through all corners of the back feet. Toes are pointing out towards the long edge of the mat here. We're going to bring a little bend in through the front knee. And again, just bend as much as feels good for you. It can be a little bend, it can be a deep bend. If it's a deep bend, we might need to walk the front toes out a little bit for just to make sure we're not putting any pressure on our knee. Wherever we are, we're going to stay nice and strong through the legs. So stay strong through the back leg, stay strong through the front knee. Keep that knee opening out towards the side. Don't let it drop in towards the midline. Can we inhale, reach our hands up to shoulder height. Maybe gaze over that left hand, warrior two. Take a full cycle of breath here. Really reach those fingertips away. Nice big inhale, full exhale. And then from here, we're going to move into our triangle pose. So we're going to keep the arms where they are, keep them nice and long, reach the fingertips away, really open up through the chest. Can we straighten out through the front leg? And then can we start to hinge from our hips here? So it's almost like there's something all the way over there that we really want to reach, and we reach. Once we can't reach anymore, we're going to drop the front hand down onto the leg. So maybe it comes to the thigh, maybe it comes down towards the shins, maybe it comes to the floor, and we're going to reach up with the right hand. Take a deep breath here. Maybe we take our gaze up towards that top hand, staying nice and strong through the legs. Keep integrity in through your body. Keep breathing. Feel that stretch coming up through the right hand side of the torso. Take a nice big inhale. Full exhale. And then can we windmill the arms back open, back to our warrior two arms. We're going to drop the hands back onto the hips. Turn toes to face the long edge of the mat, and we're going to find a forward fold here. So we're going to take the hands just behind the back. We're going to interlink the fingers. Think about rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest, taking the hands down, and then maybe starting to lift them out and away from the body. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, can we start to hinge forward with our hips? So bringing our chest down towards the mat. As we do this, can we also lift the hands? So as if we were trying to reach those knuckles up towards the sky. Huge stretch here for the backs of the legs and the backs of the shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. Nice calm breaths. So keep everything calm. Keep your breath smooth and only go as far into this as feels good for you. Let's take one more full inhale, full exhale. And then can we very slowly and mindfully start to lift the gaze back up, coming back to that halfway point, powering up in through the legs and then coming back to an upright position. From here, we're going to release the hands. We can give them a little bit of a shake if we need to. Bring the hands back onto the hips, and we're going to find our feet here for our warrior two on the other side. So this time the right leg, we're going to point the toes out towards the short edge of the mat. Back toes are going to still be facing forward, and we're going to find a bend in through the front knee. So bear in mind this side could be different from the other. So take a little bend or take a big bend, just whichever is more comfortable for you. If you're taking a bigger bend, you might need to walk the front toes out a little bit, but just find what's working here. Try and keep the soles of both feet on the floor. Stay nice and strong through the left leg. Stay nice and strong through the front thigh. And don't let that knee start to collapse in towards the midline. Keep it traveling out towards the side. Keep nice and strong here. Can we inhale to reach our hands up to shoulder height? Stay nice and strong through your core here. Can you lift your arms just a little bit higher? Can you open your chest just a little bit more? Open up the shoulders here. Take your gaze out over your front hand. We're in warrior two for a nice full inhale. A full exhale. And then we're going to move into our triangle pose. So keep the hands where they are. We're going to straighten out through the front leg. And then this time there's something all the way over there that we want to reach. So we start to hinge from our hips. We reach. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Reach until you can't reach anymore. And then drop the right hand down, wherever it comes. Maybe it comes onto the thigh, maybe the shin, maybe down towards the ankle. Can we reach the left hand up towards the sky? Nice big opening in through the chest. Building strength through the legs here, feeling a nice big stretch coming all the way from the left hip, right up through the rib cage, up into the arm. Can we gaze up towards the top hand? We're in our triangle for one full inhale, a full exhale. And then can we bring the arms back to our warrior two, arms shoulder height. Can we drop them back to the hips? We're going to take the toes facing the long edge of the mat once again. So we're in this wide leg position. And we're going to go for one more forward fold. So maybe if you want to, if you started to create a little bit more space in the body, you might want to take the feet a little bit wider. We're going to take a nice big inhale, grow nice and tall through the spine. As we exhale, we're hinging from our hips, leading down with our chest, finding our forward fold. So if we want to stop here at the halfway point, we can stop here. We can hang out, or we can bring the hands to the floor. If we want to go a little bit further, we continue to let the body fall down in between the legs. Breathing deeply here and letting go of any tension in your neck, in your shoulders, in your arms. Breathing deeply. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Notice if the crown of the head starts to come a little bit closer towards the mat. Let's take one more full cycle of breath. After your exhale, can we bring the hands onto the floor? Can we start to press our bodies up? And we're going to come to this halfway point. We're going to see if we can start to heel toe the feet in towards the center until we are in our forward fold. Now the knees may need to bend here, and that's okay, but we're going to end up in our forward fold just for a full cycle of breath. So one nice big inhale, followed by your exhale. And then we can bring the hands to the floor, take a nice deep bend through the knees, sit yourself back, and then come to sit on your mat. And from here we are going to find a forward fold. So we're going to bring the legs out in front of us. It's up to you whether you want to have the knees completely straight. If having a bend in the knees is more comfortable and if it lets you sit a little bit taller, then keep a nice bend in the knees. Whether the knees are bent or straight, we're going to sit nice and tall through our spine. So imagine that someone is pulling us up by an invisible string from the crown of the head here, growing tall through the spine. Can we inhale to reach the hands up nice and high, fingertips towards the sky? Take a big inhale. As we exhale, can we start to hinge ourselves forward from our hips, trying to bring our belly down onto the tops of the thighs. Let the hands continue down and let them come to wherever they come. So maybe you're here, maybe you're a little bit further down. It doesn't really matter. Wherever you are, just breathe here. Breathe and think about relaxing through your lower back, through the entire back of your body. All the way from your low back, behind your rib cage, your shoulder blades, the back of your neck, backs of your shoulders, your arms. Just relax everything down. We're taking a few deep breaths here in this forward fold. Let's take a full deep inhale. As you exhale, see if you can maybe let go a little bit more. Maybe you come down just a little bit further. It may be microscopic, it might not even be noticeable. Begin to notice if there's anywhere in your body that you're holding on to tension that you can just let go. Let's take one more full cycle of breath. So a nice big inhale, followed by your exhale. And then nice and slowly just start to walk the hands back up either side of the legs, coming up to an upright position. And we are going to bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, bend the knees up, and have the feet at about hip distance apart or wider. And we're going to bring the hands back behind us, so almost like we were just chilling out here. And we're just going to release some tension out of the hips and the low back. So we're just going to start to let the knees drop down towards the right, and then bring them back up, drop down towards the left. So really easy, really simple. Just letting the knees drop from one side to the other. Think about releasing tension out of the lower back. You can close your eyes here if you wish. Not forcing anything, it should feel like a nice organic movement. Just letting the knees drop from side to side. Coming back to center. We're going to bring ourselves up to a seated position. I'm going to take cross-legged, it doesn't really matter. To finish our practice, we're just going to take a nice big inhale, reach the hands up nice and high, allow the palms to come together, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Give thanks to yourself for your practice, and thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope everyone is feeling a little bit better than they were before. If anyone is ready to come down for a Shavasana, you can take a Shavasana now. And if you have to get up and go about your day, whatever you are doing, I hope you have a good one. Namaste.